All right, so we're going to continue on with place value, and we're looking at identifying place value. So you're going to see a couple questions pretty often, and especially on today's slide and on your practice. So let's talk about those questions. So we are going to be using, if you're struggling at all, or I just recommend this over and over again. If you were in person with me, I'd make you do it over and over and use this place value chart because it's so helpful. Okay, so you're going to see questions like what digit is in the, and then it gives you a place value. So for example, here I have what digit is in the tens. Now you might be able to look at that number and automatically recognize it, but if you're not, use a place value chart. So I'm going to put this number in my place value chart. So I know that my decimal is in between the 5 and the 2, so I'm going to make sure I line up those, and then I'm going to finish putting in my number. So 45 and 202 thousandths. That's how you read that number. 45 and the decimal says 202 thousandths. So it says what digit is in the tenths? Well, that's easy. All I have to do is go to my tenths and look at what number's in my tenths. What number? 2. Your answer for that would be 2. Now you might also see the question, identify the value of the underlying digit. So here, for example, I have the 3 underlined. Now you might be able to look at that and know what that digit is, but some of you might struggle. So again, use your place value chart. So I'm going to put in my number. I have 642 and 134 thousandths. Now my underlying digit is that 3. So all I have to do is go up and look what value it's in. It is in the hundredths. So my answer for that would be hundredths. Okay, so you can use your place value chart for all of the numbers that are assigned to you today for those digits for identifying place value. It will be very helpful. And as long, make sure you're lining up your numbers. That is the biggest mistake I see, is make sure your decimal is in the right spot. I can't put 642.134 and expect to have the right numbers because they're not in the right values. So make sure you're lining up those numbers. Okay, let's do one more practice. Let's say identify the value of the underlying digit in, let's do a bigger number. Okay, so here we have a pretty big number that I've written. I have 343,615 and 234 thousandths. So I'm going to underline a digit. Let's underline that one. So let's go ahead and write this number. So I'm actually going to make sure I'm lining up my decimal. So I'm going to start my decimal and do the numbers after the decimal. So I have 2, 3, 4, and I can bring down my lines if I want and make sure my decimal is there. 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to go place the rest of the numbers in. 5, 1, 6, comma, 3, 4, 3. Good. I have nothing in the millions right now. So I have 343,615 and 234 thousandths. So I'm going to look at my underlying digit. It is the 1, and I can come back up, and I see that my 1 is in the tens place. Okay, so go ahead and try this. If you're struggling, come back, watch the video. If you're having a hard time, I want to see those place value charts. If you are struggling, make a place value chart. I can't stress it enough.